Hey there Internet, Keith here and welcome to the Cars That Keith YouTube channel. In this video, we're going over the MJJC clone. Nobody's really ever cloned some of the MJJC features like the M22 screw out back. The manifold design is not the same on most, and also the way the nozzle isn't the same. And we're going to see if they match up to the quality and the performance of the MJJC. Now the MJJC we'll use for comparison is the new S V3.0. This is, to me, their best foam cannon so far until the Pro 3.0 comes out. So let's start with the most expensive. That's the Selkie. It's like $34.99 on Amazon. Compared to the others, this is the closest to looking like an MJJC. It has that same manifold. It has the multicolored difference here, plus it has 360 here, plus the fan spray. The top knob is the exact same thing. The back knob is the exact same thing, but not as high quality. It has the larger tube with the plastic filter at the bottom. Much larger diameter here, so you cannot take an MJJC suction tube and connect it to this because this is just much too large. The MJJCs are actually much smaller. The weighted ball at the bottom has a much smaller orifice. I think that adds to how it agitates and aerates inside the manifold. I don't think it's just the filters that a lot of people think. These have the large one-piece filters, all three of them sharing the exact same filter. Now the MJJC has a three-piece filter, which is basically overall the same size, but it's cut in three sections. Two metal filter sections and one foam filter section put together. Now the reason the Selkie is the most expensive is because it comes with a spray gun. It does come with an adapter that allows you to change from a 14mm to a 15mm, so you can be able to use the stock hoses from different pressure washers. It also comes with a 6-pattern 1/4-inch quick disconnect nozzle here. Now this is as generic as you get. There is no name brand here. This has the small neck, which I really don't like, and I just can't see why you would ever want that small neck, but some people do. As you can see, this is very familiar. I'll put a picture up here to the S 2.0 before they upgraded to this. It had the taller bottle, it had the blue and the white. All three of these, I looked at them, they have the same induction point right here. They're all the same size, just different neck types and different caps. This one is $18 on Amazon. Just like the Selkie here, has the same type of nozzle where you can adjust the fan. You can also adjust your angle. Now the one I saw that got me to even try these is this one right here. This is the Power Town. I forgot the name of it. Whoever designed this decided to go with a plastic that is completely see-through and clear. Now I can tell you, this plastic does not feel anywhere near as durable as this or even these. It has the same suction tube and plastic filter at the bottom, but it's using a clear bottle that's a little bit different than the others. It seems more like a water bottle. Now this one right now is $19.99 on Amazon. Now the reason the M22 fitting is so awesome is because it fits a stock spray gun. So most of them come with this. Unless you got a really cheapy one, you're gonna have some kind of plastic weird adapter that connects to this M22 fitting to where you can use your stock spray gun with your stock hose with these foam cannons. Now the biggest problem we have nowadays is all of these manufacturers, the orifice sizes that are inside of these, they're all different. It used to be 1.1, 1.25. Now they've got like 1.13, 1.15, 1.18, if you just don't know. As always, since the beginning, with every foam can review I've done, I use G-Technic W4. Great soap, foams awesome, cleans well, pH neutral. I've got a bottle right here already pre-mixed at 10:1, so that way we make sure we're using the same solution between all these. We run out in one, I don't want to have to make another set. So how are we going to test this? Well, we're going to risk my active 2.0 because it's close to 2.0 gallons per minute. You really should not use anything less than a 1.25 orifice in it because you're going to use way too many amps. You're going to put a lot of stress on the machine. Then we'll go to the Greenworks 1600. We'll run through all of them again to see how they foam on that. Then we'll use a true 1.1 on the Greenworks. That's going to show us the highest performance that we could possibly get on a 1.2 gallon per minute style machine, which is probably 80–90% of all the ones that get used out there are that style. Here's the Selkie up close. As you can see, it's very similar to the MJJC, especially up here on the M22 connection and also the nozzle. The clear bottle's nice. Like I said, the large plastic tube. So here's the generic no name from Amazon. As you can see, it's the exact same top as the Selkie except for the cap size. But the bottom of the manifold and the suction tube part is the exact same. The only difference is the size and diameter of the neck. Now here's the crazy one. You can see the difference in the nozzle, but it does have the two separating parts. The top is the same, the rear is the same, except in the rear, there's like a ring that they use to hold this in place. The other ones, it's built into the assembly. Here's the S 3.0, and you can tell already the quality of the plastic is way better on this. The bottle quality is better as well. the biggest thing is the heft and the weight. You can tell that there's way more metal involved here, higher quality stuff. It's just the reason you pay so much for it. Before we get into testing, check out the links below for any of these products. Like, comment, subscribe, and also the MJJC, which was only available on their site at one time, is now available on Amazon for $81.99. Now the good thing is all of these do have measurements on them, and I'm going to put about 500 milliliters in each one. All right, they all have 500 milliliters in them. Here's the S 3.0. Here's the Selkie. This is the generic. Now here's the Power Town. Now, as you saw, the S 3.0 had the thickest foam and it was using the biggest orifice at 1.25. These, there was nothing unexpected out of that. The Selkie had a little bit less, so I think its orifice size is a little bit larger. The other two, the generic and the Power Town, I believe they were probably just about the same. These are probably closer to 1.1s. Now, on an active 2.0 with that small orifice, you should expect that kind of foam. It's when we move to the Greenworks that we're really going to see the difference in how these foam. Now the beauty to my setup, I have both hooked up on the same valves. All I have to do is turn off my active, turn on my Greenworks, and then come down to this valve right here. So the MJJC S 3.0. All right, here's the Selkie. Here's the generic. Here's the Power Town. So you notice when we went to the Greenworks with much less water flow, how the foam went down. The MJJC though was still performing very well with a much larger orifice than the others. The others were getting runnier as expected. I do think it's once again a close tie between these two right here. The Power Town and the generic, and the Selkie is a little bit behind. These are all running different orifices coming from the factory. You have no idea what's going on. So we're using 1.1 from Greenworks in all four of these. Even playing field, which is going to perform the best. The beauty of the M22 connection is it just comes right off the end and it's much easier to change your orifice. Quick flathead screwdriver, get that out of there. And then we add in our 1.1. I prefer the stainless steel orifices. They tend to just take more abuse than the brass ones, moving them in and out. But I obviously move them in and out more than most people would. Most people will never actually touch them. There we go. Here's the MJJC on the 1.1. Here's the Selkie. Here's the generic. Here is the power towel. Well, there you go. That was the even playing field. And what we noticed is the generic and the power town, their orifices stock are closer to the 1.1 because the performance really didn't change a ton. The Selkie, though, we can tell had a much larger orifice stock. When we went to the 1.1, it foamed kind of the best out of those three. Maybe on the same level as the MJJC. But as we carry on to a much better pressure washer, the MJJC will continue to shine over the other ones. On the lower end pressure washer with the 1.1, there's only so much of a limit of foam that you can put out of the device, and we're kind of hitting that. So for me, I will always go MJJC, durability, quality, just it's so much better for product. So for those of you who want to save money and spend as least as possible, these are the way to go. The generic and the power town, they're within a couple dollars of each other. Now overall, if you're going to a much better pressure washer, I think a Selkie's pretty good. But overall, any of these are good. I was expecting some really bad foaming, but actually foamed really well. So don't forget to check the links below, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So we've made it to the end and a preview for a video coming up very soon. I got the Greenworks electric foamer sprayer. Everybody's wanting this. It was shown at SEMA in November. They said it'd be available in January. It just became available at Greenworks. Some websites had them on back order for 3 or 4 months. But I got one. It shows tracking. Should be here in a couple of days. That'll be the next video. Helicopter.